This girl is very pale. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. That has to be the most weirdest thing to say. And it's not about body piercing, oh no. It's about makeup. I thought, hey, why not? Let's give YouTube a try. I'm not a professional. I'm not a makeup artist. I never did a qualification. Never had training, never worked at MAC or anything like that. I've just, over the last 10 years, just picked up a few things that I've enjoyed and I just want to have fun. I'm not very much a pink fan, as you can tell by my aesthetic. I'm very heavily tattooed. I'm like the typical piercer, as I say. I'm very alt looking, covered in tattoos, a few piercings here and there. Ow, my bubble. So already moisturised and already used a primer. The primer that I have been using lately is the MUA primer, which is called Skin Define, and it's Hydro Primer. Feels nice, it hydrates, it does what it says it does. Enjoy it a lot, so why not? I'm just going in with some foundation. As you can see, the foundation does not match my skin tone. I have areas where a pink undertone foundation would work very well. Some other places I'd have to use colour correction, which is like a green colour or a blue, or like an orange undertone. So when you're me and you haven't got a budget to, you know, buy 10 different coloured foundations, then you kind of just work with what you've got. Foundation I'm using is L'Oreal, and it's 24 Fresh Wear, and it looks like that. You know when it doesn't pump anymore, and you know there's still foundation in there, and you take the top off and you're like, wow, if I take the top off it's still not gonna bring out any foundation. So I literally like gonna go over with some concealer. I've been using Barry M All Night Long concealer. It's actually pretty good. The one that I've usually been using is like Urban Decay, which, you know, it does its job, but when companies change the formula too much, I think we all notice by far. Got in milk because I'm a pale girl. So I'm just going in with some powder. I don't mind this powder. It does like detoxicate. Is that the word? Probably got that wrong. Not too bad. I usually go in with baking powder, but the problem is with the baking powder that I picked up the other day, it isn't that great. It's called Obsessions, and I got it from Boots, and the problem is that if you use it on, like, I think any concealer really, it has like this weird thing where it sinks into your pores and it just turns orange straight away. It doesn't stay white or anything like that, it just goes orange, and I'm like, that's great, isn't it? You know, I'm really bad when it comes to makeup. I definitely, when it's like eyeshadows, like there's like a time frame when you're supposed to use makeup within, and I don't keep with that. I never keep with that at all. I've got makeup that's been sitting there for about 3 years. You know, is there anything that could possibly happen if I were to use that makeup for so long? My eye falls off, and that's gonna be funny, isn't it? So I don't know what kind of look I'm going for. I'm just going in with the pink at the moment, just to, it's like a very light pink, you know. I don't really have many pinks. As I said, I'm not a pink person. This pink's quite cute actually. I love purples, mainly because my favourite artist is Prince, and he wore a lot of purple. So, but yeah, Prince is my go-to. Now I'm just doing a bit of a cut with my eye. It's already a cut crease, it's more just so that when I do the glitter bit, it'll work, hopefully. Yeah, do my eyebrows, make them look a bit more appealing. So, as you can see, I don't really have much of eyebrows. This is due to having a condition called polycystic ovary syndrome. You know, these conditions you can't pick and choose. It just happens to you. And it affects 1 in 5 women, which is scary because, you know, you don't think about it until it happens, and then you're like, oh. Since I was 14, hasn't changed me as a person. Made me grow up quicker, which I didn't really appreciate because, you know, still technically a kid then. So I had to mature quicker, understand things quicker. Had to learn about puberty quicker. So the problem is that when I was 13, that's when I first noticed things were different with me compared to other girls. I had hair on my neck and my chin. I was bigger than the other girls as well. I wasn't exactly slim. Hair loss was a big thing. My eyebrows would fall out, my eyelashes would fall out. I wasn't like, you know, like the other girls that age. And when I finally like went to my mum and I was like, look mum, this is happening to me. I don't understand why this is happening to me. What's going on? She was like, okay, well, I think you might have PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. I was like, oh my god, what is that? So that's when the fighting started with my doctors and stuff like that, trying to get diagnosed. They kept passing it off as just hormonal issues. They weren't listening to me. It got to the point where I got really, really depressed. And I was, you know, in an appointment and I turned around to the woman doctor and I said to her, why aren't you listening to me? Is it because I'm different? She was like, well, what do you mean that you're different? I said, well, you don't have any hair on your neck. You don't have anything that I've got going on. And that's when I finally got heard at the age of 14. Sat me down and she went through everything with me. after I had the test done and whatnot. The test was just like an ultra scan to see if, you know, there was cysts on my ovaries and stuff like that, which I was like, oh my god, you know, about, like, really, like, worried and stuff. And she was like, oh, don't be worried, don't worry, you know, it's gonna help, it's gonna help. And as soon as I was diagnosed, this is the most depressing part. As soon as I was diagnosed, she was like, here's this leaflet, you could fill that out. So she handed me this thing, and it said healthy lifestyle referral. I looked at her and I was like, what does that mean? And she was like, oh, you need to join a boot camp to lose weight. And you know, I was only 14 at the time when all this was happening, when I got diagnosed and everything. 14, 15. I was like, oh, I need to be losing weight. I was like, oh, okay. And I said to her, like, you know, don't you think I'm too young? And she was like, well, yes, would get you to wait a little bit longer, actually. That's a good idea. I was like, okay, that's fine. And then she pointed out these 3 things to me. She said, with polycystic ovary syndrome, you need to do 3 things. And I was like, well, what's that? She was like, 1, you've got to lose weight. I was like, well, I don't really want to think about that at the age of 14, but okay. 2, you've got to keep track of all your cycles. And I was like, I'm 14, right? I came on my cycle when I was about 12. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Track my cycles. And then I thought, hang on a minute, I can't even track my cycles because I don't even know when I'm coming or going. So I said that to her. I was like, how am I supposed to track anything when I don't even know when it's going to come on? And she was like, oh, well, you can use this website and you could just put in the dates when you were on and then when you come off. I was like, okay, that's fine. And then the last thing she said was, you could try hormones. It's probably the most depressing day of my life, because that's when I started looking into it a bit more, and I was reading it, I was joining groups, stuff like that, and I noticed that a lot of them were talking about infertility, so a lot of them struggling to conceive and have kids and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god, that's gonna be me, I'm gonna have that issue. And then yeah, I just started spiraling. I started going into this weird bubble where I was like, oh my god, you know, am I ever gonna have kids? And at the age of like between 14 to 18, that was all I was thinking. All I was thinking was like, oh my god, am I ever gonna have kids? Am I ever gonna conceive? Am I ever gonna enjoy parenthood? Am I ever gonna do any of that? I got diagnosed with depression because of it, and that's one of the side effects of polycystic. Your mental health can be really damaged because you just overthink everything. Started growing hair, really thick hair on my face, my chest, my neck, my shoulders, everywhere. I didn't know what to do, didn't know who to talk to, I didn't, you know, I was very lost, very, very lost. And I felt very alone. And that's when I joined a group on Facebook. and they started helping me. They started pointing me in the right direction of what I needed to do. So I went back, well, I went to a different doctor, and they were just like, oh, you just need to lose weight, you just need to lose weight. You know, that's all I ever heard, was you just need to lose weight and you'll be fine. I was just like, when am I ever not going to hear that? To this day now, that's all I hear. You need to lose weight. And that's like the worst thing to hear when you're trying to cope with it as it is. It sucks, because you are trying to lose weight, but you can't lose weight, because the problem is with polycystic is that, you know, it finds a way to store fat, I guess. When you say to yourself, you're not going to do big winged eyeliner, but then you do. Because, you know, why not? So, with eyeliner, I don't use anything fancy for it. Just because I didn't when I was a kid, when I used to do it. So I didn't see the point of using anything particular with eyeliner. So the brand that I'm using at the moment is from Poundland, and it's probably one of the best liquid eyeliners I've used in a long time. It stays in place. It's pretty good, actually. Can't go wrong with it. And you can build it up and it won't go kicky either, so it's pretty good. I like it anyway. But yeah, the whole wing done. It was huge. I was like, oh yeah, we're only going to do small wing. This eye always comes out nicer. Always one eye that wants to water. It's that one. Every time. Bloody makeup. Right, do the rest of my face now. I'm trying to find everything. Told you, I'm just pale, but I'll use bronzer to bronze myself up in a bit. It's late at night and I'm tired, and after I've done this I've got to take all this makeup off again. So I'll do it in a video where I can concentrate more and it's not so late at night. Oh, it looks so pale. It's just my face. It's how my face works. It's like one time I used white, literal white foundation once, and it covered my tanned areas, but it wouldn't cover pink. So that was fun. This is my favourite bit. The easy bit of everything. Just I sometimes conceal my nose, but I don't see the point when I'm going to use a highlighter, and plus I look pale. So this is my favourite brush. I've had it for about 4 years. That's why, and plus it blends really nicely. So I usually go down here, and I don't stick to one place. I like go swirly. It's just a bronzer. Sometimes I do this, but because I've got a really bad double chin at the moment, it just see what I mean? She doesn't like it at all. Does my head in. So I just go back over the foundation. Very cool toned blushes. I never really use anything that's like too pink, I guess. The great thing is this is very buildable. But yeah, it's very undertone, quite, you know. So highlighter I don't really use a brush. I'm quite lazy. Oh, I need to do my eyelashes still. Yeah. So I use my finger when I'm doing highlighter. Oh, so pretty. Okay. Do my lip and then I'll do my eyelashes. So lip, I'm just going for a basic nude. Always like this nude. I don't make it anymore, I don't think. Harmony by MUA. It's Velvet Up. This is like their best line by far. I've got quite a few of these. If I can't afford a MAC or I can't afford a Jeffree Star or anything like that, I usually get these. They're very affordable. I do enjoy their line for that. So lashes, I'm just gonna do one. Yeah, just do one pair. I can't be bothered to stack. I usually stack my lashes, but this evening I'm not gonna do that because it takes ages. And I don't know where I put my tweezers as well. Yay. And there we go. Finished my look. So so yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This was a very long video to do. There'll be more to come. So yeah, enjoy your Easter bank holiday, and I'll be back soon.